Hey, I'm Kenny,
I'm Davina,
and welcome to the Bookers Unfiltered.
unfiltered. So today's topic is how's your sex life? So we're going to talk about intimacy, our intimacy over the course of our relationship.
Mhm.
And yeah, that should be fun.
It's going to be interesting. So first, we'd like to thank everybody that tuned into our video last week when we talked about
We talked about, how
what a
our
parental
parental
discipline
discipline
changed, how our
changed.
parental discipline changed.
Yeah, so let's jump into it.
Let's jump in. Let's do that. We got technical difficulties. We're working through
Why are you
here
even paying attention to that?
because it's bothering me. It's a
Well, I'm
light.
so
It's
sorry.
flashing.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's roll
So
into it.
we're
So,
rolling into it.
how's your sex life, Mr. Booker?
So how was your sex life? That's the question. All right. So the question is opposed to me about how it is now. But before we answer the now, I pose to you, how was it when we were growing in our young relationships?
So it all depends if we're
This is
talking.
not a conversation for the kids. They be learning stuff from our conversations, and oh, I like that. It was interesting, and this they may not want to listen to. However, comma, roll that beautiful video footage.
I will say in our 20s, I mean, naturally,
Rabbits, let's get
yeah,
to it.
the hormones, and we 20s, and
Mm. All
that's
right,
what
and
it
then
is.
when it wasn't like that, then what was it?
So for me, when it changed, when I had after I had Weston, like after the pregnancy,
Okay.
um it changed for me. Like it was that was not something that was like forethought, like that was on my mind ever. So
Never changed for me.
of course it never changed for you. We
Yeah.
were still in our 20s. You
Mm.
were like what, 26? I was 25. So naturally, of course, it's not going to change for you. You were expecting it to be the same, and it was time.
Like clockwork is what I was expecting.
Yeah, you were expecting it to be the same, and
Mm.
it wasn't the same for me. For one, my body changed, and for two, that was not my focus. I was literally nurturing a human being. So all
Yeah, I
my energy,
mean,
all my energy went to that. So it
once the
was.
baby came out, the nurture part, I'm just saying it's just a little bit overblown. However, comma, I
Yeah,
think
you need to not even mention that, because you don't want no parents out, especially females, moms out there getting at you. But the nurturing part,
that
like, that's when it starts. That's immediately after you have that child. It's like kick in. Your mom, your nurturer. You have to give everything. Like,
nurturing in what way? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, like, feed,
Okay, that's one
change.
change.
There for the
That's
every
mutual. That doesn't count.
every every.
Yeah.
I am speaking right now.
Oh.
Thank you. Every everything that's required to give this child everything that they need.
Mm-hmm.
That was the focus.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when I had him, I actually I went through postpartum depression. Didn't even know that
Mm-hmm.
I was going through
Yeah,
postpartum
we neither
depression,
one of us knew how to deal with that.
and I had no idea how to deal with that. First, I didn't know what it was and didn't know how to deal with it. So trying to be a good mom and take care of this tiny little human being, that was like not even a thought for me. Like, don't touch me. Just like, don't touch me. I want you touching me.
Yeah. See, but that didn't work well for me. All right, so let me give a little context, right? So when
Okay.
Weston was born, the day Weston was born was the day I lost my job, right? And so I had a one part-time type of job. I'm not gonna name names of jobs and all of that, but descriptions. But I had a part-time job that I worked that was bringing in some money. It was a fun job. It was cool. But when I lost my job, I wound up getting two part-time jobs. So I was working three part-time jobs,
Mm-hmm.
right, during that time when our oldest was born, and I had just like double doubles every day of the week. One morning off, one evening off, every week, right? And every day I came home, every day that I came home, I'm taking our oldest son with me. I'm being,
No, I'm just adjusting myself.
you're adjusting, you're messing up the camera.
Okay, sorry.
Keep your feet still. You
Okay,
adjust your body, keep your feet still.
okay.
every day, every day when I took our oldest son, I took our oldest son when I came home. I'm changing diapers. I'm feeding him. I was very involved father, right? So, whenever
Yeah.
he started eating, I made his food. I mean, I'm
Yeah, he was.
doing the
I
apples and the
mean, like
sweet potatoes. I'm cooking it from
Weston.
scratch. Like I'm
Weston didn't eat any. Like we, yeah. I'm now think back. You cooked all his meals. Like
yeah,
all his meals were
yeah.
prepared by you.
That's all to say to how tapped in I was, right? Even in spite of me working all of these jobs and all of these hours. So when it came time for me needing to get my needs taken care of, I feel like I done did everything. Like you're not working at this moment in time.
Whoa,
Whoa,
what?
whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I don't
whoa,
know why you're
whoa.
taking offense to me
I'm
saying.
not taking offense.
Were you
I
working?
am
Were
not
you
taking
working
a
a 9 to 5?
listen.
9 to 5? Yes, no,
Listen,
no,
listen,
no.
listen. I was working
Sounds like a no.
every day. It was a nonstop.
Yeah,
You're at
that's
work, you are
fair,
able
but
to go and be around other people. I was home with this baby
as if I wanted to do that. You
all
make that
day
sound like
long.
that's I wanted to get away
Okay.
from my family. That's what you're
No,
making it
I'm
sound
not.
like.
No, I'm not making it sound like
That's
that.
not what I wanted.
But
That's what I
what but
needed
but
to
what
do.
you're saying is, oh, you weren't working a 9 to 5 job.
That was a question. It was a fair statement. Were you working at the moment?
I was not working a
I,
9 to 5
and so
job, but
that I
I
said that to
was
prove
working.
I said that really to prove my point of
What point is
I
that?
was I was working. I was working. I was the only
Okay.
breadwinner in the house. That was the main and only breadwinner
Yes.
in the house.
Yes, you were.
Wait.
Yes, you were.
And on top of that, I came home no matter when I came home, but
Mhm.
every time I came home, I got our oldest son. I
Mhm.
got him, and you know what? I got him, and take a break. You
Mhm.
do you. I got him. Any time I had off, he was my responsibility. You had to break for the any time I got off, and as I said, one morning off, one evening off, 7 days out of the week. And every time I'm home outside of that, I'm attending to him before I even think about rest. It was a respite for me, so I wasn't tripping, right? But at at that time, it was busy. I was busy. My schedule was nonstop, and I had enough time. I always had time and energy to have my needs satisfied. I always had time and energy
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was not like you were
Yeah.
like, don't touch me. I'm like, nah,
Yeah, but
I
you
ain't no. That's not the
I
answer. That don't.
I can understand that you felt that way, but
Mm,
I don't think that you understand like what I was going through. Like we mentioned, I was going through postpartum
didn't
depression.
understand that.
So that was a part of it too.
Hmm.
I was a new mom, didn't have
I
any
was a new
support.
dad.
I know you were a new dad.
You had
Didn't
support. You had me,
can I finish
and you
my
had your parents. We had support.
can I finish my
You were
thought,
saying. You were
please?
saying.
You know,
My
this is
parents
this
was there. Right?
when was your parents there?
My parents helped West our oldest now for a little
When
bit.
we had Weston early, who was there? My
We
parents came
didn't
for the
live.
week.
We didn't live where our
Let
family
me talk.
was.
Give
Oh,
me a moment to speak
mm.
because I want to get set the record straight because it was a time in our lives where I was going through a lot, and you may not have understood. I didn't understand. Even beyond that, there was just a lot of stuff. My body had changed. My body was going through an adjustment. I had this baby to take care of. I had to take care of myself too. You were working all the time. So I'm home with this baby all day long, going through postpartum depression. And it was difficult. It was tough. So for me to wrap my mind about around giving someone else more of me, it was I didn't have more of me to give to you. There was nothing of me to
Yeah,
give to you.
that was a that so and that was a lot. There was a lot of that wasn't understood as
Right.
far as you going through postpartum depression and me not really caring about that
Right. You did not
and
care.
me knowing that
You were
you
wanting
were
your
home
needs.
all day being a mom, which is a gift, right? So you had this gift at home that you were able to take care of and be into this wonderment world.
It's
And
not it wasn't a
I'm telling
wonderment
you, this
world.
is how I felt. I felt like it was a blessing. I felt
Oh my
so good
god.
to be a father. I felt great coming home to see my son. It was yeah, I got to see you, but I wanted to see my son, right? So um,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, and I'm telling you from how I felt when I was
Yes.
younger, right?
Yes.
This is I understand things
Yes.
differently now. But back then I did not
You did
like
not.
it's not
Yes.
that I didn't care because I didn't understand. I knew you were going through some things, and I don't
You
understand
didn't
it.
understand it,
But
and
we reasoned through it, and reasonably in my mind, you should be all right.
yeah,
You got it good.
and
You
that
ain't
was,
working.
and that's the problem. I have it good, and I wasn't working, and
Yeah.
that's crazy because you had a 9 to 5 and you went out and did your part.
Nah, I had like a
Let me finish. You had multiple jobs, and I'm not taking away from
19 to
I'm
7.
I'm not taking
I
away
had a
from the sacrifice that you made. But what I think what happened was you were comparing. I'm doing all this hard work and I'm coming home and I'm taking this baby, and now you're not taking care of my needs. When it was like yeah, but I'm going through, it's a whole mental body physical thing that I was going through that I didn't fully understand. And it was more than me just, oh, he's working hard, he's coming home to get this baby, I should give him sex. It was more than that.
okay.
you still you're still not getting it, like,
Hey,
okay, whatever.
I hear you. Nah, I'm telling you how I felt back then. I can't, I hear what you're saying, but I felt like, I made it easy for you as much as I could, right?
But that's
As much as I could, and I felt like the appreciation just wasn't reciprocated like how I anticipated it
Of
coming
course
off.
not. You didn't. You the appreciation to you because you're doing all this work and you're making it easy for me because you just said that I'm making it easy.
I'm
But
providing a
but
home for our family.
yes,
I'm
and that's
food and
you are,
all the
and
needs that
and
we
I
have,
thank
and
you, and I thank you for
I
all of that, and I appreciate everything that you did for us in that moment in time. However, I was going through a difficult time,
hmm
and I was saying I didn't have the support, like the physical support from my parents, your parent, or my mom. I was a first time mom. I had
it
no,
was the first
I,
time dad. That excuse is
yeah,
over.
no,
I'm telling you from how I felt.
yeah.
All right.
I was a first time mom, like
Uh,
I was saying. I'm not saying that you weren't a first time dad, but I had to I had to take care of that baby. I had to change the baby, nurse the baby, be there for the baby. Yes, you came home and took him over, but I was
mm,
left with the responsibility of literally taking care of that child while I was going through something that I didn't understand.
all right. So since we both didn't understand it, and we kind of moved through that
Yes, we
period of
did move through
time,
that period of time.
as we moved through that period of
It
time,
seemed like this is still like a touchy period of time for
I
us.
just think we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing you can say to change my 26-year-old mind.
There's nothing, because
At
that
the
was a
time,
26-year-old mind that was selfish.
I was not getting satisfied in the ways that were required
And
that
I
only
wasn't
you
and I
were
wasn't
supposed to be
and I
able to
wasn't
do.
getting satisfied too.
Right, and I could not have done more.
But
And
that wasn't even the thought
right,
process for
so I'm
me.
trying to move beyond that because we're at a stalemate at this
No, we're
point.
not at a stalemate. I'm just saying
Uh,
I understand
so
I understand
I'll
I
call
understand
checkmate then, since
I understand what you were going through,
I'll
and
call checkmate.
I was going through something, and
Checkmate.
we just
No,
didn't know.
okay.
We just couldn't
So
understand.
you agree that we're stalemate.
No, I guess so. I don't know.
All right.
There was
I don't
nothing
know.
there.
You wiping my face
No,
right
I
now.
thought it was a something, but it's just your hair.
Anyway,
Anyways, okay.
so here we are. We're moving
Here we
forward,
are. We're moving forward.
into this conversation a little bit, right? so, all right.
Uh-huh.
How did the conversation? Because intimacy is not only sex, right?
It's not.
So, how did the conversation? How did it change once you moved beyond this period of time?
We moved beyond that period of time, but even us moving beyond that period of time, it was still I don't know, it was still like we for some odd reason we didn't I don't know if we didn't reconnect. Like after I had Weston and after we
Hmm.
moved through that period of time, and even when he was like one, or like when he was like one, it was still I still didn't have that desire. Like the desire wasn't there.
Yeah, I didn't have that problem. I always had a
Of
desire and was
course.
waiting on you. It was a struggle.
It was a struggle.
And other feelings came from that because I still had needs. I still had desires. I still was in the game, and you took yourself out the game,
I
and it's
didn't
like,
take
look,
myself out the game.
well, I don't know what else
It,
to
it
call
it
it.
was just like I don't know, my body just, that desire just was not there, and it wasn't like
Mm-mm,
it
mm-mm.
wasn't like that I didn't desire you. It was just like it was like, I just don't want
Mm,
you to touch me. Like,
what the fuck? I
no,
mean,
no, no, come on now, babe.
right. That's my bad. So, all right. So, I cannot fathom the thought. I, I I cannot fathom even now the thought of that not being a desire. Talking sexually,
Mm-hmm.
not being a desire. I
Mm-hmm.
can't fathom the thought of
Mm-hmm.
that not being a desire. So, as we were coming out
Mm-hmm.
of this postpartum depression time, and
Mm-hmm.
that was a while. We
That
we
was a
we
while.
figured things out. It was
Yeah,
a little bit of
it
a
took like
while.
a year, 2 years.
Whatever it was, let's just say we're
As
beyond
far
it.
when I said the not the postpartum, at the postpartum, once we recognized what it was, I was able to get past it. But just the transition, like literally, after having Weston, it took my body a year to really feel like itself again.
I bounce right back, but I'm just saying beyond that. I'm
Okay.
moving beyond that.
No, I'm transitioning
I'm
into
trying
the
to
next.
transition. You staying there.
I'm not
Run
staying
with
there.
me. Run with me.
I'm just stop trying to push me. Don't push me. I am leading myself where I need to go
Are
to.
you leading yourself to this conversation
Yes.
beyond that?
Yes. So
Okay.
once we got past that and we got I think a lot of it had to do with the relationship that we had at the time. It wasn't the best.
Mm-mm. Going through
And
some things.
yeah, we were and I didn't feel connected to you.
Mm.
I didn't feel connected, and I think not feeling safe as well had something to do with that. Where do I, it made me feel like there was no connection. There was no intimacy. There wasn't like I love you and baby, there was none of that stuff. It was like, well,
Mm.
you understand what I'm saying?
I do strangely because you're not
Yes.
really saying, but I think when we went through a period of time where I came to a level of understanding, and my level of understanding was beyond like beyond just wanting
Yeah.
sex from you. Like
Yes. And yes.
so I got beyond
Yeah.
that
And
because
that
I didn't what I didn't like is that lazy lay down and just lay down and
because it made
I
me feel like you just wanted sex. It just made me feel like
right but
that's all you
what that
wanted
made me
from me.
realize is I didn't just want sex. I wanted your participation in sex. So it mattered, right, in that regard. But um I started realizing more about connecting with you, and I felt like when I started connecting more with you, it made sex better
Better,
because
it
it was
did.
something that we both participated
Spaded in,
in,
yeah.
and I didn't think that it would take as much to get you to want to have sex, but I wasn't doing it to make you want to have sex. I just figured, you know what, all right, I tried something different, and it it got me more in tune with some things that I didn't expect from that
Mm-hmm.
that evolution. So I became more in tune with conversations with you, with things that you needed that were unspoken, or things that I noticed that you weren't that you wouldn't say, but I noticed how your mannerisms or whatever, and so I catered to that a little bit more instead of the end result that I was working on,
Yeah, which was
and
you.
it brought me to end. Well, it wasn't me because sex is not just a one person thing, but I worried about you more than about what I wanted, and because I did that, it brought us a little closer
Closer,
together,
yeah.
and then allowed
It created intimacy.
it did.
It
It created
created that
that.
intimacy, and I believe that's what was missing in our early years. It was more just about sex for you,
Mm,
and it wasn't just sex for me, and it made me feel like he just wanted sex from me, and that was it. Like it was just for you. Like this, I want it because I need it now, and it wasn't that conversation like for us.
mm,
So that made me feel like it just gave me that feeling like you're using me, like you're just using me for
mm,
sex.
mm.
So and I and I
I can understand that feeling, but at the same time, it was like, yo, you wouldn't want me to go outside of our relationship to get this thing that you know that I need, right? And
hmm
so, if you know that I need this thing, and you don't want me to go outside of our relationship to get this thing, how long should I continue to not get this thing?
But
And
you did get that thing. You got it in a way where I know you need it. I'm just gonna give it to you.
it was
But
like,
it wasn't a connection for me. There was
it wasn't.
nothing right.
I connected, but it wasn't. It wasn't a
It wasn't a
connection. Like,
connection because the connection wasn't created
yeah,
from you for me, and it was like, okay, I understand that you need it, so I'm just gonna give it to you, and that was
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But now,
So here we beyond that point.
beyond
Right
that
now, here
point,
we are looking at time. Here we are. And by the way, if you are like all the conversations that we have, if you're enjoying this conversation, we need you to.
just go ahead and subscribe if you're enjoying our conversation, and you're enjoying our episode. Feel free to
Video.
subscribe. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll know when we have new videos up and running. And we appreciate everyone that has subscribed so far. So thank you so much for tuning in and listening to our conversation.
Like and share.
And that too, like and share as well. If
I
you feel like someone needs to hear this conversation, go ahead and share.
bet. So we've grown to that, but as you go through life and you go through relationship, it's rocky, it's up and it's down,
Yeah,
and we've grown through a lot.
we've grown through a lot.
How would you describe our sex life now?
Huh.
Got a smile on your face. That got something good.
It's wonderful.
Oh,
How would you describe our sex life now?
I would describe it similarly.
And what's
I
the word? I'm
I would
just kidding.
describe. All right, so here I but it. How would you describe our intimacy now?
Oh my gosh. The reason why our sex life is so great now is because our intimacy is great. Um,
Break that down.
yeah. So for me, we connect. We have playful moments. We have moments where we just want to talk, and just talking and touching, and that leads to us want to connect. So it's more than just just having sex. It's really just connecting with you,
Mm.
giving those kisses here and there, asking how your day's going,
Yeah,
and
I never would have thought that. I never really paid attention to how much I enjoy your touch. Right, I never paid attention to it. I enjoy it when you touch me, but I
yeah,
never asked for it because I don't. Unless you touch me and
and I
it's
like
about to lead
touching
to
you.
something, then let's touch. But it,
But it usually
but
leads
I
to
never.
yes.
But I never really paid attention to how much just we sitting around watching TV or whatever, and you come in and you rub my head, not like
hmm
that, but you come,
Yeah.
yeah, come and give my head a rub,
Yeah.
rubbing on my shoulders, rubbing on my back. I never really gave that any attention you until you're doing it, and it's actually relaxing. I connect with you a little bit like that because I appreciate it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel
Mhm.
noticed. It makes me
Mhm.
feel, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And I never realized how much uh that until you was doing it, just like what, yesterday, the day
Day
before.
before yesterday.
It made me, I took notice to it because I'm tapping more into my mind than I have in the past, and I took it. That was one of the small things that I took for granted,
Yeah.
and I appreciate that.
You're
There's
welcome.
there's one thing that we do for each other, and I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Since we were like first got together, 25 years that we, excuse me, been together, right?
Mhm.
17 years of marriage.
No, 18.
I said 18. That's what I said. I just said, didn't I say
Oh
18?
my god, I remembered.
That's a first. But I definitely said 18. Hey, but
Yes, you did. 18.
yeah, well, thank you. So 25 years of being together. there was one thing that we always said that we would continue to do for each other that we appreciated that the other
Mm-hmm.
person did for each other. So the thing that I did for Davina, I was always good with my hands. I would always give her massages, right?
Massages.
So full body massages, and I got gifted a massage table by one of my friends. So now I got a massage table, and it's supposed to happen every 2 weeks. She gets a full body massage, and she like one of the things that I did for Davina on our second date.
First
It
date.
was our second date.
We
That's
we
another
really we
story.
gotta tell him that
That's that.
story.
No, no, we don't.
Not right now,
Yeah,
but
that's a whole nother
that's
story.
another story.
That
Yeah.
was our second date.
No.
Uh,
First date.
that you heard what I said, and so I gave her a little a soft, real quick, just massage. She drooling all on these people
I
couches,
was
and just
drooling.
I'm like, yo, close your mouth, like what? No, and so like
Oh God, I
that's
can't
one of the
believe
things
I
I
was
was always
drooling.
I
So
can.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
gosh.
you were embarrassed. That was our
I
second date.
wasn't embarrassed, but
I'm just saying.
now I'm thinking about it, so embarrassing, but okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got the stain to prove it. Hey, but
And
I
it didn't leave a
always
stain.
did. I always I'm good with my hands, so and I love feeling on the body, so that gives me reason, right? And so, what is the thing you do for me?
So what I do is I give him a manicure and pedicure.
Mm.
So that's what I do for
And I just
you.
got mine last week. If you see me, you gotta zoom in.
Zoom in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, and so
Yeah.
those are the things that we did that we always have done, and it hasn't been every 2 weeks. Over
Yeah, over
25
time,
years. It
you know,
gives us reason to talk some trash. Yo, last time, yo, my
yeah,
nails is out of control. Like, what are we
yeah.
doing?
But we
Like,
definitely strive to get back to that.
we
Just
do.
get
Like,
back
it
to
it,
it.
it gives us a point of something to get back to. And
Yeah.
so, if you don't have something that to call the thing that you can always go back to that you appreciate from that other person, your partner, um consider that. Like, consider
Yeah.
what do they do that you appreciate, and
And what do you do that they
that they
appreciate?
appreciate, and continue doing that throughout your time, because I look forward. I mean, it's now I've been getting compliments. Oh, your nails look. I'm like, oh, that's all my wife. I give her all of the praise for it, but
Yeah.
it feels good when I get compliments, because I ain't out here looking rough and ragged, like. But I'm not even having to put no energy towards it, because she takes care of that for me. And
Yeah.
then whenever,
And I actually enjoy doing that for you. I actually enjoy doing your manicure and pedicure and seeing the smile on your face.
yeah,
Yeah.
intimacy goes a lot further than just sex,
It
right? And
does.
and
It
I
does.
I didn't know that 25 years ago. Like, I always thought that when you talk about intimacy, we talking about getting to it. Like, this
Yeah.
is a real Then let me sit up. I want to talk about this. But it goes
But it
beyond that
goes
by
beyond
so
that.
much, and I learned that over time. And it wasn't an easy learn. I wasn't willing to just give up what I wasn't getting.
Yeah. And I think it's something that we had to learn because it's something that we had to learn over time what intimacy was for us. Like what does that look like for us? Because it's not the same for everyone else. So we had to learn what's our language of intimacy and how do we, show that. So we've come a long way, but coming that long way, I'm glad we've gotten to this point now because now it's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're growing through this conversation. I feel like I'm growing right now. And so,
You see
so,
what I'm talking about?
hey,
And him being funny too. That's part of
hey,
his intimacy.
we're
Yeah.
growing through our journey.
Yes.
Subscribe and grow with us.
Yes. Y'all take care.
All right.